Then go there. Yo, King Blaze, KBZ. Good morning, guys. Just Blaze. What's good? Happy Friday, Don DeMillo. What's good? What's good? Soto, what's up, man? What's up, man? It's a good morning. It's beautiful out here. We're just trying our best. You already know how we get it. We're at the Bimbo Bakeries in Northport. I'm live. We're gonna get the bread for the church so we can do the bread box. And then we popping. Right, and there's a lot of stuff in here too. Look at these, bruh. Gregory Smith, what's up? What's up? What's up? Look at that. A whole box of them. That's a separate box. Alrighty. Let's get this thing popping. Morning. How you doing? Enjoying the hot weather. Man, guys, you know what's crazy? I was sitting there. Let me make sure I say hi to everybody. Man, where are them Hawaiian rolls? Man, we don't really get Hawaiian rolls too much. That's like rare. Appreciate all you do and go Ravens. Marvin Kennedy, salute to you, man. And once again, I'm just a speck in the grand scheme of things, but it does help out some people, so I'm happy. Listen, man, you know what's crazy? Yesterday, I put out the stuff about Isaiah Likely, and I got some backlash for some people. Now, mind you, you know how I am. We can always disagree. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We're different people. We think about stuff a lot differently. So disagreeing, I'll never have a problem with. But I wanted to make sure that my point went like undenounced. Like, you know what I'm saying? Likely is one of one. We don't get players like that too much on the Ravens on the offensive side of the ball. We just don't. That's factual, right? So now everyone's saying like, well, Likely's better than what he think he is and everything else like that. My my whole point is like this. There is no weak point to Likely's game. We've seen him outrun defenders, right? He can outrun all the defenders, may it be corners or safeties. Linebackers, it's linebackers. It's no trouble at all, right? And then when he starts to use and start to go over the top, the vertical game that he shows is crazy. Like listen, let me tell you something right now, man. A lot of times, it's not that players can't be successful; is that there's closed-mindedness around them when it comes to organizations. If you remember, that was part of the problem with Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham looked like, oh, he's this and that. Then they didn't want to pay him as a certain stuff, so they started to suppress his stats. And that was the demise of Jimmy Graham because he was being used at receiver like 60% of the time. So he's like, well, pay me as a receiver. And they were like, no. And that was his demise. Like these teams, no matter, I know people be like, oh, that's stupid. No team's going to do that. They do it all the time. They have players that they know can ball that are successful, but sometimes they don't want to pay them that top tier money. I truly believe, and I know that I could be wrong, but I truly believe the Ravens came to Likely with a deal probably that Likely said, I bet on myself on. You know what I'm saying? I bet on myself. And I feel like that's the reason why they kept Mark Andrews. Now, if they move on from Mark Andrews, this could be them willing to allow him to say, okay, bet on yourself. Let's see how well it goes. But we've seen the Ravens when players have said, we'll bet on you, sabotage them. And we've seen it. So that's all I'm saying. Like, they would be crazy not to keep that man. Crazy not to. I just hope and pray we pay him. KBZ, bro, if we did not pay him, bro, bro, it'd be malpractice. Like, how could you not pay that man? I like Adrian Peterson and Calvin Johnson. Calvin Johnson was another one, just absolute monster. But the problem with Calvin Johnson is the same thing that happened to Barry Sanders. He's doing all of this spectacular stuff, and his team is losing. Like Calvin Johnson would end the game with 200 receiving yards, 2 or 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? And his team would lose by 2 touchdowns. It's like, come on now, bro. Like, so you could just see it. He was getting beaten up. Like they didn't even try to like extend his career. They were okay with him getting smashed up. You know what I'm saying? And because of that, that shortened his career. And he just like Calvin Johnson now always says he's in a lot of pain. He's in a lot of pain. They didn't think that they had to do anything else outside of Calvin because Calvin and Stafford was racking up all those stats. Stupid way to think. But to tell you the truth, the first 2 or 3 years they had a great team, but Stafford kept coming up small. And then they said, okay, we're not putting any more money into this, and that's when you had the demise of the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions had a squad. Ndamukong Suh, Kyle Van Noy. Bro, they had a squad, bro. People forget how good that squad really was, how much problems that squad gave people. And then, but once again, it's not so much about the fans, it's about management. If management is looking at it like we don't want to spend right now, or we want to move on, or this isn't what we want to do, then you're screwed. Then your team is in abstract just nothingness because you're good enough to make the playoffs, but you're not good enough to go any real further. So then you're just in a perpetual loop. And that's right now, I believe, what the Steelers were going through with Tomlin because they couldn't find the guy after Ben Roethlisberger, or at least after Ben Roethlisberger started getting older. They couldn't find the guy. So they've been trying, but they haven't been hitting on anybody. Good morning, Antonio Wynn. Good morning. Good morning. Love you, Nitro. Bleed purple, baby. Good morning. Talented talent. Thank you so much. God bless, and good morning to you, too. David Murray, we here, man. We here. We just talking football and packing up the stuff. Nothing more, nothing less. Bro, let me tell you something right now. Let me make a proclamation so you understand what I'm saying. If the Baltimore Ravens, so you understand where I'm coming from, allows likely to be the number one aerial target, Lamar Jackson will throw for 5,000 yards. And we won't have one of the best offenses of all time. I think statistically, and we'll win the Super Bowl that year also, we'll have the greatest, they'll say it's the greatest offense the league has ever seen. And I think it would be so dominant with Derrick Henry, Lamar Jackson, Isaiah Likely leading the aerial attack that I think that the league would implement. I think there would be coaches and stuff like that in the league that would implement certain things to slow them down. I personally believe that. Matter of fact, I don't even personally believe it. I know it. I know it because that's how they do things. If you can't beat it, ban it. That's what they're doing with the tush push. We have a quarterback that is so dynamic that they're comparing guarding him to the tush push. That's incredible. The tush push, they said that the Eagles convert the tush push at like a 92% clip on 4th and 1. 92 or 93%. Like if you're doing that and you're converting at that rate, you're being compared to that. That's what Lamar Jackson is compared to, bro. That's incredible. That's incredible. Like that, and people don't seem to understand that. Like that's what we're up against. So I think honestly, that's what we could do, but it's only if the Ravens can get out of their own way. Like, mind you, the Ravens have already admitted that they thought it was going to be extremely hard to build an offense around Lamar. And now that they're looking back at it, they said, oh my God, it was foolish. That's their words. It's not even Nitro, like, oh, Nitro, you're just trying to sell a narrative. I don't do those narrative stuff. I do not do that narrative stuff. I tell you the truth. And every single time they come out and tell you exactly what I was telling you. Like I remember when I said that John Harbaugh probably got the news from his family member or something like that about Todd Monken and whatever else like that. People was like, nah, that's not what they would never be that unprofessional. Then he comes out and says, yeah, I didn't know the man. The only reason I knew is because my sister, you know, or my whatever, one of the ladies in his life put him on to him. He's like, oh, okay, let me try him out. And that's how you found out that Todd Monken. Not no, oh, he was doing so great at this school and nothing like that. And it got a lot of people mad because a lot of people was coming at me online about it. And then when I ended up being correct, they were like, bruh, only Harbaugh. And I'm like, no. Keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, guys. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying about it. Like, it's not that we can't be great. It's if the Ravens get out of their own way. And that's always seems to be the question with the Ravens. Can the Ravens get, and that, mind you, that's not me just saying that. Lamar Jackson has admitted to that. John Harbaugh has admitted to that. Can they get out of their own way when it matters the most? And to me, you need players that can overcome deficiencies on a moment's notice. Isaiah Likely, to me, has the ability, the talent, the capability to do that. We don't have that as on the receiving end. I don't care how much y'all love Zay Flowers, and I like Zay Flowers a lot, or Bateman, and y'all know I like Bateman a lot too. They're not erasers. They can't erase the mistakes of the team. You feel me? Like Derrick Henry, we've seen can erase mistakes. You know what I'm saying? When the pass rush isn't blocked properly and he's knocked in the field, we've seen him turn it still into a 50-yard game. He can erase. Lamar, same thing, is not blocked properly, whatever. People dropping balls, he still can go out there and pick up he erases a lot of mistakes. That's Lamar Jackson. You feel me? We don't got that through the air. Somebody that can erase mistakes. Like, oh my God, now we're down. We're 3rd and 17. Who are we gonna go to? It's like, don't worry, we can go to Likely. Likely will pick it up. You know what I'm saying? The eraser through the air. So once I feel like the Ravens get that, it's over. I think they're going to break a lot of records, and I think the league and a lot of people in the league are going to say this looks terrible. Like it's not even hard for them anymore, right? And then a lot of people are going to start saying we need to change up the rules. You're going to hear rule changes and all type of foolishness coming out of there. And mind you, to be fair, we've seen them do it. So for anybody saying I don't know, that doesn't seem like what the league would do. We've seen them do it. We've seen them do it. Imagine how mad Cincinnati fans would be. That's what, listen, and I get on Cincinnati fans because we talk smack to each other, but I don't mind Cincinnati fans. Like, I could deal with them. It's the Bills fans sometimes that be tripping me out. Like, and I've met some really cool Bill fans, but I'm talking about the majority, bro. The majority be on some other stuff. And I don't care what color, like, it's like all of them. They just be on some other stuff. I'd be like, man, look at here. Mind you, I met some cool Bill fans, but I'm talking about the majority. What do you mean pause? Hey, dude, where you from? New York originally and moved down here when I was younger. KB said, pause. What did you pause about? The legal thing. You can't blame Harbaugh. Harbaugh won the Super Bowl with Joe Flacco. Yes, you can. If you know the background of that, there was a mutiny that almost went on for the Ravens. That's the reason why that after the Baltimore Ravens won the title, there were so many departures because Harbaugh wanted everybody that went against him to win the Super Bowl. The only reason why they were in that predicament is because they went against Harbaugh, right? He wanted them off the team. He wanted them off the team. So they walked off. Some of them walked off into the sunset. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, and you see how you even say that John Harbaugh won a Super Bowl, that just exudes everything. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so you won a Super Bowl so that he's allowed to just do foolishness? No, it doesn't. It doesn't work like that. And that's, mind you, I don't hate John Harbaugh. I do not hate the man. But what I'm saying is like that one Super Bowl has brought him a lot of grace, more grace than other coaches get. And you have to ask your question, why? Like Doug Peterson won one with Philly. Since you said that, So Doug Peterson should have never been fired, right? He won one with what's his name for the same. Hold on, where's he at? Where's he at? Philly Eagles fan, right? If you're gonna say that, then Doug Peterson should have never been let go, right? Who did he win it with? And what's his name beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, right? So y'all should that should have been your quarterback till now. Doug Peterson should have never been let go as your coach. He does everything right? See how crazy that sounds? But unlike y'all who went to another coach, and I'm gonna be real with you, and this goes out to the Philly fan, right? You could go back and check Twitter. You could check my channel. I was defending Jalen Hurts against a lot of Philly fans. A lot of Philly fans did not like Jalen Hurts at all. They thought he was horrible. And I told them, I said, bro, Jalen can win, bro. Y'all can win with Jalen. And I was told that no, they can't. They need to get rid of him. So that's what I be trying to say, man. Like, people, there's only like 3 things in here. That's crazy. Let me go pick up the other things. This is a lot of the same thing. Hold on, guys. I gotta put these ones back on this one because it's kind of dirty. But yeah, we're Philly fan. I didn't want Peterson fired, and I didn't believe in Sirianni when we first hired him. How well did that work out for you, Philly Eagles fan? How well did that typical camp was? Good morning. How well did that big grumpy with the first $10 donation of the day? Much love. Nigel, give me my theme music. 3 slaps, go Ravens. Listen, man, I don't got this stuff. I'm out here with no sound effects or anything, but I got you. As soon as I get through later on the video, I got you, big grumpy with the slaps. I got you. Shout outs to you, best nation donation, best nation in the world donation, man. God bless. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, like, y'all never wonder that stuff? Like, when people say, that's what I try to tell people, like, Peterson now looks like he flamed out in Jacksonville, right? If we're being real, right? Some Eagle fans said they wanted Andy Reid gone. What did Andy Reid do when he left? You got Peterson, right? Y'all won your title, great. Then after you won your title, right? And you got that title out of the way, you didn't like what you were seeing from your young quarterback who y'all gave a new contract to, and y'all didn't like the coach. So you moved on from both. And after you moved on from both, right, you guys flourished. You went to 2 other Super Bowls and you won the other one. So that's what I'm trying to say. Like, with us as Raven fans, we're not saying things are going to be perfect, because nothing's ever going to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality of the situation. But the thing what we always say is that you have to. I've been a big supporter Hurts fan from the beginning. I knew Wentz wasn't the answer. But you see what I'm saying? It's the similarities. It's not that things are going to be perfect, because you know it's never going to be perfect. And I don't like to gauge people on perfection. Oh, he lost this game, so that's why we don't like him and stuff like that. No. What I'm saying is that you see the discrepancies in your team. There's been players that can ball out that we can win more games with, and they've blocked them. They said, no, we're not going to give them the ball. We're not going to give them the opportunity. We're not even going to give them the opportunity. Nothing. That's a problem to me. And we've seen that with Harbaugh. The Ravens have suppressed more players than probably any other. And I love my team. I love my organization and everything. I know that's the way that they do business and stuff. But they've suppressed more players than probably almost any team in the NFL. We saw it with Keaton Mitchell. We watched it live with Keaton Mitchell. It was so bad with Keaton Mitchell that I thought that the owner of the Shotty was eventually going to get involved. Keaton Mitchell came in and was doing ridiculous. Like, he came in and was looking like a young Chris Johnson. Like, he was just every second exploding. 20 yards, 50 yards, 30 yards. It was so bad that he was only getting like 5 touches a game. And then he would blow up, turn that 5 touches into 70, 80 yards, to where everyone's like, all right, bet this seems to be the guy, to where they say, you know what, we can't even give him 5 touches. We're going to give him no touches. And we would lose the game, and they'd be like, it was just the flow of the game, why he never got in, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yo, what flow are you talking about? So that's the stuff that I be rings true to me. I don't listen. I'm honest about stuff, man. I'm not gonna lie or my team ain't perfect, and I know that. But I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna pretty it up just because they're my team. Andy Reid couldn't get it done in Philly. Lamar got to get it done in the playoff. That's my only knock on him. He'll be fine, bro. Lamar had 115 passer rating, the three of them in the last two playoffs. Once he got rid, bro. Once you got rid of Greg Roman, you saw that. Oh my God, Lamar could do it. It's doable. Look how bad Herbert's looked since Greg Roman's taken over. Herbert threw 4 interceptions in that playoff game. It's Roman. Y'all don't understanding. There's no real pass concept. Guys are running into each other. The run game is amazing. That's about it. And we've seen that our run game has succeeded even after what's it called? The reason why I give him props because he was doing it with Colin Kaepernick and them. He was doing it in San Francisco before Lamar and them. So you can't knock his run game. His run game's always been potent, very proficient. But what I'm saying is that Lamar took it to another level. And now we're seeing the Herbert, like that's why I said I don't feel sorry because no one felt sorry for Lamar. They're like, oh, he needed that offense. No, he didn't. It was just that everybody saw Lamar as a runner, and you had to view him as a quarterback. And once the Ravens started viewing Lamar as a quarterback, what happened? Lamar put up one of the greatest statistical passing seasons in NFL history. All because they started to view him how he's been telling them what from the position that he plays. People saying, oh, he's a playmaker. He's not a real quarterback. Now there's like, oh crap, the man's passing everywhere. Well, maybe it's because of Henry. And it's like, really? Really? Like, that's your takeaway from this? Then we go look at the statistics and say how a large portion of Henry's yards came in the fourth quarter when the game was already won and stuff like that. That's why, you know what I'm saying? That's a narrative. That's narrative. It wasn't because, because Lamar needed to rush for 100 for us to win. No. Those games, we were already up a lot of points. To be fair. That's why I be laughing at some of these people, man. Because it's like, that's why I said the media is evil. Media be mad evil for no reason. And y'all got the best GM in the league. Howie Roseman's a dog. My gosh, that man's killing. Andy Reid couldn't get, what was it called? Hey, who we drafted first? I don't know who we drafted first round. With the Ravens, I expect probably like a defender. I just expect a defender. I'm telling y'all, I think we're going defense. I'm telling y'all we are. Matter of fact, I know we are. Like I know we are. It's not even like a thing. It's like, oh yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're going defense. There's no other. The Ravens did the move that they made was so that they could take who they wanted, who the best player is, and you know how high they view defense. So that's why I said it's a defender. We're getting a defender. I'd be happily surprised if it was offense. Straight up. I'd be happily surprised. But I don't see it happening, bro. Like at all. I do not see it happening. I do not see that getting done at all. I just kind of see it like, oh, this is what it is. This is what we're going to. And that's how it's going to end. That easy. Nothing more, nothing less. Nothing more, nothing less. I got to fill up 2 more boxes and we're out of here, guys. You know what I got to get? I got to get a car mount for the phone so that when I'm doing this, I don't just have it in front of me and stuff like that. I can just have it up on the dash. Oh, wow. That car. Sister Tally, oh, what's good? What's coach? What's good? Good morning, morning. I be saying, what's up, what's up, what's up? But the guys, like, coach, you guys, I be saying it, y'all just getting in here. Listen, I'm telling them, I'm saying the Ravens, as much as they are a great organization, it doesn't mean like they don't do bad things. It doesn't mean they have certain weird practices and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they have some weird practices that they take part in. That's part of the business of the NFL. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not hating on anybody. I'm just being honest. You know what I'm saying? And the Ravens have held back a plethora of players. I'm so serious with y'all, man. If Keaton Mitchell, if they would have allowed Keaton Mitchell to explode, they knew that Keaton Mitchell, his price tag would have went way more than what they wanted to pay him. So that's why they were like, nope, we're not doing it. Telling you that's what they said. They said, nope, we're not doing it. We're not doing it. And now bingo bongo, you know, if he never got hurt, he was allowed to just show out. Bruh, Keaton Mitchell would have been amazing. Think, bro, and coach, I was telling them that they were trying to suppress his stats. You could see it. They were only giving him like 2 or 3 touches a game. He was turning those 2 or 3 touches a game into 70 yards, 80 yards, 100 yards, to where they said, no more, we're not going to give you the ball no more. Manny, morning. Exactly. I don't like that stash your players thing. The reason why is because when you say you're going to stash a player, that player's not making no money like that. They're they're not making anything. They're not making nothing. They're having trouble. A lot of those players you see, they're not on guaranteed contracts and stuff like that. This ain't the NBA. They're not making nothing. So when you say that they're stashing the player and everything else, that player's struggling. They're fighting just to make the team, and the team knows they can play, and they might. And then if they get hurt or anything else, they might never pan out. That to me, dirty. I don't like that. I don't like that. And I be saying it is that, but that they're not. To be fair, they're not the only team that does it. It's our team. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that. Like I told y'all before, like these guys got the opportunity to play the game of their, you know what I'm saying, from their childhood and make a living off doing it. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud and I'm happy for these guys because a lot of us used to play sports. Some of us were derailed by injuries. Some of us never got the true opportunity. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I say I'm truly happy for the people that do get the opportunity because it's not opportunity that knocks all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm truly happy for them. So when I see players that are struggling, like you know what I'm saying, and fighting just to make ends meet, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come on now, bro. It didn't have to be like the man's truly talented. If you gave him that, if you seen him play out, it's like, yeah, he could play, but we don't want to pay him, so we're not even going to give him no more opportunities. That's crazy to me, bro. You know how crazy that is? Like, yo, he could play mad good. He can get us somewhere, but we don't want to pay him that right now. So yeah, we just going to put him on the bench. What? Let me tell you why that's stupid. Because let's say you don't want to pay him, right? You could use him for trade stock. You'll be like, all right, bet we'll trade him. That's why I say that's a stupid mindset. That's a horrible mindset. Those same players like, oh, you know what I'm saying, we keep him so if anything happens or something like that. If he pans out and becomes a star, you could if like we don't want to pay him like that, fine, you could trade him. Now you have trade capital. Forget draft capital, you have trade capital. People are always looking for dynamic playmakers. Now you can go make different stuff and go get what you want and do all this other stuff so that you can better your team. Like now we like the way that we do it. That's ignorant to me, bro. And that's horrible. Like, that's bad business. I don't believe in holding people down for my benefit. I don't believe in that. Coach, we've talked more than enough. You can understand that with me, bro. I like everybody around me to be doing very well for themselves. And if I could help or if something I did could help, cool. You don't have to gain money off of everything that you do. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just doing something knowing that someone else is benefiting. Sometimes, you throw it to the ether, man. Sometimes it's just the right thing to do. That's the problem I get with the Ravens sometimes. It's like, bro, like some of these guys, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like Keaton Mitchell, like that was his opportunity to shine. You diminished his shine so that you wouldn't have to pay him. Like I got a problem with that. Maybe I'm naive, but I got a problem with that. I got a big problem with that. Now he got hurt. we might never see that version of Keaton Mitchell ever again. You feel me? Now, if he like if when you're given enough opportunity and you show out and you shine out, then even if you do get hurt, another team might kick a flyer on you because they think, "Bro, I've seen this man. He comes back. He's going to be amazing," right? So now you played yourself into another contract. The Ravens pretty much say, "Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't allowing you to be able to do that." That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. You see what y'all are saying? It's like they're doing that to like that's Mrs. Lovely exactly. Morning chosen one. And that's what I'm saying, bro. It's like, yeah, I do love the community, man. Like, I have a night, like where I'm at, Charlotte County. It's a beautiful place, man. You know, a lot of good businesses and stuff like this. Just that sometimes we get hurricane damage, but it's a very nice place. It's quiet, not too much foolishness going on. You know what I'm saying? Raise my kid here. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, bro. Like maybe, like I said, call me naive, call me that's not the way business is done. Fine, I can eat that. You feel me? Pause. You know what I'm saying? I'll eat that. Even though I'm a fat dude, I know it's a joke within itself. I'll eat that. Okay, fine. I'm naive. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how business is done. I just don't. Once again, I do not believe in the way of throwing. You know what I'm saying? Diminishing other people's light for my benefit. Like I'll give you a perfect example. Let's say I went out there to interview Lamar Jackson, right? Let's say I was offered another interview to Lamar Jackson, and they said, "Yo, bro, you know Silky Cali is that guy called Coach?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I know him." Or I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, I've heard of him. You know what I'm saying? They're like, man, we wish we could do a video with him, man. Like, I love the way he breaks down film, right? Now, a selfish person would be like, bro, I ain't trying to give nobody else nothing, right? Why would I do all of this? You know what I'm saying? I barely got mine, and now I'm about to set somebody up to get theirs. Now he can go get his own. That'd be jacked up of me. Instead of saying, now I know him, I'll call him. I'll call him right now, right? That's the right thing to do. The problem is in today's society, everybody is okay with the wrong thing, and they make justifications on doing the wrong thing. Sometimes you're not benefiting. Sometimes you pay it to the ether. You know what I'm saying? You're just like, okay, you know, like, oh, you really want to work with him? Okay, no problem. Yeah, I know him. Okay, cool. That's what you're supposed to do. And then you know what I do? I call up coach. Yo, coach, bro. Hey, man, listen, some of the offensive linemen are here. I'm at Lamar's place, and they want to do a video with you. Not even with me. They want to do it with you, right? Oh, okay, no problem, Nitro. You know what I'm saying? That's how you do things. Who knows in the future, you know what I'm saying? That comes back and it might benefit me later. Some people would be like, and make it, you know what I'm saying? I'm here for it. I don't know why you're talking to me about somebody else. That's the wrong way to do things. And that's what I kind of feel what the Ravens do to these players. They hold them back. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Hold on, one guys. Let me say bye to them. Let me say bye to the owner and then I'm out of here. Okay, guys, hold on. Oh, he's not here. Mr. Scott go. He's gone. Mr. Scott? Oh, okay. I'm gone, man. Got everything. All right, man. Thanks, man. Thank you, sir. Yeah, yeah. You too. You be blessed. I'm gonna go say bye to you later. We've seen in real time the team almost lose a game because of stat suppression. We scream where it's likely the game showed up in the fourth quarter to say today. I've said this multiple times. I said this multiple times. Sir, have a good day. I'm out of here. Hey, you too, man. Enjoy your weekend. You gonna go to fishing? You gonna do some fishing? No? Ooh, why you, bro? You guys show me pictures one day. All right. You go to the drag strip?
Yeah.
Oh my God. 1, 2, 3.
Big. Yeah, big block.
Yeah. Have you doing your off time?
Yes.
You building it from the ground up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
don't play.
How fast do you think you can run?
I don't know. Still got about another year and a half before I put it on the strip. Hopefully I get low times in a quarter.
Listen, if I'm still here doing this,
About 180 something.
if I'm still here doing this, I want to see videos, 100%.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have a great day. God bless. So Nitro's always trying to get someone in the fish boat. No, I'm just playing. Man, bro, like, I grew up fishing. I don't even get to fish like I used to. My father, I gotta give so much shout outs to my parents, They worked their tail off to give me, my siblings, a better life, you know what I'm saying? And my father was somebody, like, he was a disciplinarian, but he always was trying to spend time with us. And one of the times we would do was fishing. So I have a lot of great memories fishing with my family, my mother, my father, my sister, my brother, all that stuff. So, you know, it's more of a respect thing of just knowing where I'm coming from. Shout out to Pop. You feel me? Hold on. Who asked me a question? Do you think that's why Harbaugh makes bad decisions in the playoffs to hold Lamar back to keep him a Raven? I don't think so. Because you know what, Mrs. Lovely? You know why that's a good question? Because there's been a lot of questions on if Lamar wins a title, will he stay a Raven? Like, will he go and play somewhere more closer to his home? Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, become a Miami Dolphin, because that's down where he lives. That's where he's from. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a very good question. I don't know. I don't think Harbaugh be that dumb, but hey, I don't put nothing past when it comes to business for the NFL or any of these guys. I don't put nothing past them because we've seen people do some jacked up stuff it makes no sense to us. You know what I'm saying? Boogie down, so they completely ice likely out of the game, playing for like 5 to 6 weeks straight after that Chiefs game. Yo, Boogie, yes, that is true. That is 100% true, Boogie. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They iced that man out of it, and that's what I'm talking about. Why on God's green earth would you do that? Like, and that's why they've suppressed his stats. When they were like, oh, they can't go. A lot of players were like, man, Likely is nice. After that game, a lot of people was like, bro, Likely's a problem, right? Everybody said that. Boogie, shout out to you, bro. Facts. Yo, after that game, a lot of people was just like, Likely is him. And then all of a sudden, you didn't see Likely no more. I think Lamar wants to play in Miami before be more. You know what's crazy? And I don't want anybody to come at my head for saying this. If Lamar wins, let's say 1 or 2 titles with the Ravens and wants to leave, I can't get mad at that, bro. He fulfilled his promises. Like he said, yo, they're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that. Believe that. If he wants to go play for where he lives, you feel me, where there's also no state tax, I can't hate the man. Like, he would get to play right in his backyard. Who wouldn't want that? Like, we drafted him and everything else. Okay, we got 2 titles out of him, a plethora of highlights. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to go, I can't hate on that. I can't. Listen, I would wish the best for him. Listen, I wish the best for him even if he didn't win us a title. But if he won us a title, maybe 2, and he said, yo, I want to go play for Miami, I'm dead shit. I don't want to hear nothing of nobody telling me, oh, well, you know what I'm saying? Oh, he's supposed to be a Raven. That's jacked up. We want bad things from him and stuff like that. No, how dare you? How dare you? The man came in, everything else broke records, set records, everything else. He would go down as the greatest draft pick. If Lamar Jackson wins 2 titles as a Baltimore Raven, he's the greatest draft pick in Baltimore Ravens history. You know that, right? If he wins 1, he is. Imagine if he wins 2. The man should have been MVP last year. He's most likely going to win MVP this year. If he puts up the same statistical season or something close to it, let's say he throws for 43 touchdowns, 44, 45 touchdowns, and he gets 5 or 6 interceptions, right? While throwing for 4,200 yards or 4,300 yards and rushing for 1,000 yards. That's MVP. He's MVP all over again. But I'm not telling y'all. So you would be looking at a 3-time MVP, 2-time Super Bowl winner, most likely a 2-time Super Bowl MVP also. Come on now, bro. I wouldn't want nobody to say nothing. He can sell into something to play wherever the heck he wants. Like, what are we talking about here? Exactly. It's not like he hasn't been. Bro, we're gonna have Lamar Jackson for a decade. A decade. It's been 7 years already, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's why I do not like the suppression of players. Because imagine if we never suppressed Keaton, right? Let's say we never suppressed Keaton, right? And now that we need stuff, we use them to get other players. That boosted us into a Super Bowl. Would you be mad at that? No. Exactly. Facts, Mrs. Lovely. Somebody brought that up. They said that they felt like the Ravens stopped him from getting 2,000 yards. Remember the game versus the Bills where they wouldn't even let him get 200 yards in the game? Where he was at like 199. It was like second down and they took him out and they never let him back in the game. And it's like, you wouldn't even let him get 200 yards? Are you serious? Are you serious right now? And we know he's a closer. So that's his job. Get no money though. Yeah. Lamar will retire a Raven. Gregory Smith, if he does, I'll be elated. But if he doesn't and he wins titles, I'm not mad at it, man. I'm not. Mind you, I always put it in context. I hope he retires a Raven. Ravens are my favorite team. Even if Lamar is not here, I'm still gonna root for the Ravens. Now I'm still gonna hope for Lamar to do very well and root for him too. But I'm a Ravens guy. But if he doesn't retire here, I'm not gonna be mad at the man, especially if he wins a title or two. How can I get mad at that? That man, listen, I remember if Coach is still in here, I remember I was in when they were doing the round table. I said they're going to use all these picks. The last time we had like all these like 12 picks or something like that, and I remember someone was like, "There's no way he's gonna use all those picks." And I think it was lunch break that said he probably will, knowing him. And then it happened, and I'm like, "Yeah, see, you know what I'm saying?" I think it was lunch break that said, "Yeah, he'll probably use every pick." I think it was them that said that. I can't remember it all. But a lot of the conversations, that's why I used to love the roundtable. I used to be in the comments section with them, and you know what I'm saying. I used to like seeing all of them there. It was just nice. But yeah, that we're probably using every pick, every single one, and that's just how we running it. They don't care. They don't care. Why would they switch up or change anything up? We have 3 years for Lamar to win a chip. He will not resign with us if he doesn't. I believe he won't resign with us if he doesn't. If he don't win a chip in no time, then I believe Lamar might go. That's more likely than him winning and leaving. Straight up. Because there's no reason why Likely shouldn't be on the field. And I keep saying that. Could you guys imagine if we got rid of Likely and Likely turned into the best tight end in the league by a mile? And you're like, you're telling me he could have been the biggest target for Lamar Jackson. When are they going to be able to say, oh, we knew he was good? Well, we had Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews is great too. It's like, that's what you're going to try to tell us when we saw what we saw also? No, bro, we're going to be inconsolable. They're all going to be pissed. I think if Lamar wins a title, 2 years, he's a Raven for life. Money Mike, that could very well, but I'm saying, I would love that. I agree. But I'm saying that if he did win and wanted to go play for his hometown, I wouldn't be mad at the man. You understand where I'm coming from? That's where I'm at.
I would want, of course, I want Lamar, and I keep saying this. People a lot of times take what I say out of context, and I always try to remind everybody, take what I'm saying in context. I want Lamar Jackson to be a Raven for life. But if he wins here and says, yo, I want to just end my career at home, play for where I'm at, retire in Miami, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be mad at the man for that. You rarely get to play for your hometown. You rarely get to do that for your home state and everything else. You rarely get to do it. LeBron left Cleveland to go win titles to come back to finally win one. Because he wanted to win one in his hometown. There's nothing like winning from where you're from. There's nothing like it. Could you imagine if Lamar won titles for the Ravens and won a title for Miami too? Oh my God. Talk about all time. He might go down as the greatest quarterback of all time, which I'm hoping he does. Because I want him to go down as the greatest of all time. I don't want him in ATL, Boogie. After all ATL did him, I don't want him. I don't want him down there. ATL was mad disrespectful, bro. Mad disrespectful. I don't like foolishness. I really don't. I call out foolishness. Like if you're gonna, like ATL did, like was acting dirty, and now that you see I'm an MVP, a multiple-time MVP, Super Bowl winning quarterback, now you want me there? Nah, you can stay over there. I personally feel the frustration of the way the team does business will eventually push Lamar away. We need to win one now. Yeah, man, we need to win one now. I'll always say that. It's 9:50. I'm almost at the exit. I should reach the church right before 10 a.m. Get everything out. We should be good. ATL GM said his style couldn't win games. It's nasty work, bro. It's nasty work. They didn't believe he could stay healthy. They didn't know if they could build an offense around him. It's like, oh, for real? Hey, that's what I'm saying. A lot of them don't watch the other games. Believe the media narratives. That's why I say the media be evil, bro. Evil. It's crazy how ATL had Mike Vick, but came out and said they didn't want Lamar. That was super suspect. Boogie, think about what came with Michael Vick, right? They're saying he didn't want to study it for all the highlights and everything else. They say he was a headache at times, right? They're saying pretty much he was a headache. They're comparing Lamar Jackson to Mike Vick. They're not highlighting his intelligence. They're highlighting his athleticism. No matter what he does in the passing game, right? What's it called? They're saying that people can't understand him in the huddle. So they're probably looking at it like, bro, he does a bigger Michael Vick. Yeah, we don't want that again. We'll you know what I'm saying? For as much as you see Matt Ryan there, they probably like what they got out of Matt Ryan. There was no off the field problems, high yield. They went to a Super Bowl with him, MVP with him. There was nothing like the Michael Vick experience, but they had more success with Matt Ryan. So that's what I'm saying. So, they probably looked at it like that, but I don't care. Even if that was the reason, I don't think like they played that man. The rest of the NFL was told not to sign him, some media mafia type stuff. KBC, I believe that. They did not want another fully guaranteed contract because then it would have been normalized. And they didn't want to give players that much power. They did not want to give players that much power. It's not like they can't afford it. Look how much cap room the Cleveland Browns have every year. Now they can just write it off to Deshaun Watson. So I don't want to hear that, it's not bad for the team. They can create cap room out of air with that. The problem is it gives the player too much power, too much influence, and they don't like that. That is a power thing. It's not a money thing. And I'm being real with you, and that's why I say a lot of times why I get mad at the media, because you guys know, You guys suppressed Lamar Jackson's earning potential. Like, there's been nothing that the media in the NFL hasn't done shady to Lamar Jackson. They play with his money. They play with his name. They talked about his mama. Like, all that stuff, bro. And I don't want to hear nothing from none of them, bro. I got no respect for none of them. Zeke Okage was good, man, was good. Like, you feel me? Like, people be like, I'm defending Lamar. No, I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you guys facts. They disrespected his mother. The same media said that the reason why the RPO works so well with him is because his skin matches the ball, right? They said he couldn't throw. They said he was Tebow 2.0. They said they can't understand him. They called him not intellectually acute. They all the stuff that they've said. Then when he finally went out there and proved all of those narratives wrong, they played in his face about his money. And now y'all gonna be like, oh, well, you just defending Lamar. No, I'm being real. Right is right, wrong is wrong, bruh. Exactly. They was calling him a mama's boy. Like, why doesn't he get an agent? It's foolish to not get an agent. Blah 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 blah. He needs a regular manager. These boys are too connected to their mothers. It's like, bro, his mother is his Superman, bro. His father and grandmother passed away in the same week. His mother put on the tights, put on the cape, and said, "I got you. Don't worry." It's not that she wanted to do that. That's what life gave her. Life gave her lemons, and the woman went out and made lemon meringue pie with lemon encrusted tilapia and salmon with a lemonade iced tea. Like, that's what she did. And that's what I'm saying. The media is stupid disrespectful. When he beat the Niners and the fool made comment. Oh, no. Oh, you know about his skin? That was the Bills game. But that was before, I think, it was the Niners game. You're right, Boogie. And then in the Bills game, he wore the sleeve. You right, Boogie. You are right. And then in the Bills game, he wore the sleeve because, like, are y'all serious now? Y'all saying it's cheating because I have, like, darker skin? Like, what? Like, yo, bro. And that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, it's always, oh, well, the reason why it's so good is because he has dark skin. Like, yo. So that's what I be trying to tell people, bro. Like, I listen, man. I believe in right is right, wrong is wrong. And a lot of these people let a lot of wrong happen because everybody else is doing wrong in your face. That's dirty to me. That's mad dirty. Mind you, he's the oldest, child of his family. His mother's oldest child. He's trying to put his family in a better predicament. Have you ever noticed that Lamar, you don't get no off-the-field problems? He's God-fearing. He endorses education, right? He speaks everything positivity into his community, invests money into his community, and he's the most bashed quarterback in the league. Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. It's like, yo, it's nasty work out here, bro. Nasty work. I'm just saying. All right, I'm here, guys, and I made it with a couple minutes to spare. Got me out here tripping. I guess Josh Allen had an advantage in the snow because his skin blends in. Exactly, it's ignorance, and they preach the ignorance and expect no one to speak on their ignorance. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. And this is why I'm saying, like, when we're sitting here defending and doing certain things, and I've said it so many times, I want Lamar to have the world. The man represents the community flawlessly. He's an inspiration to kids. You know how bad some of the places in Miami is, and Fort Lauderdale and stuff like that. And he's sitting there being an example. He's preaching education. Like that's part of the things. He goes into the schools and talks to the kids, and he's there like having them like, hey guys, you got to do this, you got to try that, and stuff like that. Like, why would I not support that? The question is, what would be the problem with you supporting that? Yeah.
Good morning, William.
Good morning, Sister Pam. How you doing?
We can't how to open that door.
Which one? I got you.
Because I'm not trying to get my finger smashed trying
Yeah.
to push that thing.
No problem. No problem. Would you take Nick Emirari in the first round? I don't know if I would take him in the first round. Like, I'm coming. I'll get it. I don't know if I would take him first round, guys. Please don't drive and read comments. Dan, I'm not driving. But thanks for the care, though. Yeah, I get it. Excuse me.
Got it? Yeah, I see the other one.
There. Had to get my finger in there. Pause. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry about that. So you want us to draft in the first round? Professor Walkdown was good. 1-1. I don't know who I want us to draft per se. I just want to get somebody that can help us now. I'm not into the mindset of us getting somebody. Here you go. Somebody to sit down and wait for him to develop. I want to tell you the truth. I want an offensive line. I want somebody that can develop. Like, if we get a defensive player, we can still build the offensive line in the first round. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Another pass rusher. This is what I'm thinking about too. If we can get a great pass rusher, okay, in the first round, that's something else. But outside of that, there ain't nothing else I want. Hey,
I was reading some stuff in my
yeah.
phone, and that's why it's not advisable to keep your eyes too long on your phone because you miss good things.
You see it there? All right. I got one more box. Yeah. They gave me a box of this. Look. Yeah. It's like the that's all. The chunka, I don't know how to say it, the cantalas or just the Pam here. This is all one thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm
How
trying.
are you?
See, look.
I'm doing okay. Oh, that's those others.
Yeah.
Did you get your Aniston break?
All right, guys. I'm gonna get going and get this up. Yeah. So I'm still live and yeah.
Okay. All right. Take it easy.
All right, guys. Much love. How you doing? Good morning. You're very welcome. God bless. Mr. Eric, have a good day.
You too.
God bless, man. Sorry about that, guys. So what about signing Mosley? I don't think we signed Mosley. I don't think they bring him back. I don't know why the Ravens don't like bringing back players that they didn't pay. Or whatever. I don't think we bring him. We already missed out on Calais. I want Matthew Judon back. That's who I want. I think Matthew Judon would be an amazing pickup for the Baltimore Ravens moving forward. But we'll see if they actually do it. I'm dead serious with you. That's why I said the draft. It is what it is with the draft. Because once again, I don't know who we're gonna take. I don't know how we're gonna swing most of that stuff. Have a good day, ladies. Yes, ma'am. God bless. All right. Yeah, but I'm telling you, I wanted Calais and Judon. If the Baltimore Ravens had acquired Calais and Judon, it'd be over, bro. It would be over. But once again, we did not do so. So now we're here. Now we're here. What do you want me to say about it? You know what I'm saying? It's sad, but it's true. I wonder if Keaton Mitchell, what did you say right there? Hold on. I wonder if Keaton Mitchell will be back to full strength. I wonder sometimes too. You know, hopefully, they say they expect him to be. But then how much is he going to be used? Because Justice Hill was amazing last year. People don't give Justice enough credit for how good he really was last year. Justice Hill played amazing. Receiving, blocking, running. Like Justice Hill was to me, that I've seen, the best third down back in the league. Like usually, like with Saquon, he plays all three downs. Usually with Henry, he plays the first two, and third down goes to somebody else. But when it's at that, you have a third down back that comes in. I felt like Justice Hill was the best third down back in the league. Like I felt that way. I truly did. Like the way he was running and catching and all the other stuff. Like, bro, there's no weaknesses to his game. You're using him in the run game. You're using him effectively in the pass. In the pass game, he was amazing. So then it's like, yo. So then, with all what I just said, what's the chances that Keaton really gets enough touches? Barring, some catastrophic injury to somebody, which I don't wish on nobody. That's how they make their money. That's how they make their money. I'm not wishing that on anybody, bro. I want Keaton to have success too, but I'm not going to wish Keaton at the demise or the detriment of somebody else. I don't think we're touching any. I didn't watch too many of the receivers. I don't think we're touching a receiver. Like, real talk. Like, I don't think we're taking. So I didn't even look at them. Like, this ain't a year where we didn't have Zay and all we had was Bate, or we never had Bate. Like, we have Zay, we have Bateman. We just picked up DeAndre Hopkins. We got Tez. We got Tylen. What else do you expect them to do? You know they're not going to do much more. You know they're not. So I haven't looked at none of the receivers like that. TJF, exactly, bro. He went crazy off. And that's why I try to tell people a lot of times that they're not understanding. Like, you're looking at players when given the opportunity are showing out. Justice Hill showed out. He showed out. Those screens, wheel routes, you know what I'm saying, throws to the flat, check downs, and he was running in between the tackles. Like, Justice Hill was amazing. That's why I'm saying why I got mad at the Keaton Mitchell thing. Because now you took away the opportunity for Keaton Mitchell, then he got hurt. Now, because of the emergence of Justice Hill, he might never get another opportunity. That's why I'm trying to tell people why that stuff to me is messed up. My issue is the O-line too, producer. You already know that. I can't read all the stuff because I'm driving. I just look down and I'll see a little bit. I'm not trying to read and drive. That's mad dangerous. So, yeah. So I just get a glance. I'm like, okay. So, yeah, but, bruh, like, okay, we're at a stop sign. Or a red light, my bad. So my only issue is O-line couldn't block guys like Chris Jones, Matt Crosby, but took TJ. TJ Watt was hurt for context. He was playing through a lot of injuries last year. Then I believe he ended the season for surgery. So that's what I'm trying to say. So I don't count that one. But all the other pass rushers were eating up our entire right side of the field. Man, remember what the Browns is doing to our O-line? Come on now, bro. Nasty work. Producer always, man, you already know that. I'm not putting my life. I got a child to worry about, man. I can't never, threaten my life. That's what I tell people, bro. Like, our O-line has been a problem. If they could build a comparable O-line, and let's say, for the sake of argument, Falele does turn into what they believe or think he can be, then we're looking at multiple Super Bowls. We're looking at multiple. I'm telling y'all. It will be, bro, the amount of Super Bowls we would win would be crazy. We would be considered a dynasty here. a dynasty, undoubtedly. Hey, if you're just tuning in, please remember to like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. If you would like to donate, whatever, it's right there for Super Chats. Or you can do it through Cash App. Just letting y'all know. My name's Nitro. If this is the first time you're watching, good morning. God bless. We just did the bread box and dropped everything off and dropped it back off the truck to the house now. So, yeah, we're just talking some football. That's what I'm trying to tell people, man. Listen, man, the O-line is imperative. If they fix the O-line, everything else will fall into place, even with some of the weird calls and suppression and everything else. If the Ravens fix the O-line, there's no weaknesses. There's no weaknesses at all. They would destroy the league easily at that. Easily destroy the league. Back safe. Hallelujah. You feel me? The secondary is the weakest area on the team. We need a safety. We have our Darius and Kyle Hamilton. What do you think about what do I think about the lawsuit? Good. Yeah, he's trying to protect it because people be doing some foolishness with people's trademarks. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Boogie said, I know Zay got 1,000 yards, but I kind of think Bateman had a bigger impact last year. Those deep balls he caught were crazy. He really built a connection. Boogie, you know what's crazy? And I know I'm going to get flack for saying this. Zay is a lot, is like a little jitterbug, but the more complete receiver is Bateman. Bateman is the more complete receiver. The thing is once again, Zay gets more targets and stuff like that. But if we're talking about a more complete receiver, Bateman's the more complete receiver. The problem with Bateman is inconsistent at times. But if he ever fixes, we already see when he starts to play with confidence, Bateman can be a monster. But I'm telling y'all this undoubtedly with my chest. The best receiving threat on the team is Isaiah Likely. And I don't care what anybody says. That's the best. That's the best receiver on it. That's the best receiving threat on our team. Isaiah Likely. Yeah, he does. That's what I'm saying. Consistency, though. That leads to consistency. That leads to consistency. Everything you just said is literally consistency. Yeah, bro, it's Likely. I keep trying to tell people that. It's been Likely. He's the best threat we have. A team that's not named Derrick Henry. And we won't use him. It's nasty, bro. He's already shown he could take. He's a better yak guy than Zay Flowers. He's a better jump ball guy than Mark Andrews, and he's shown that he could be a better deep threat than Bateman. So he's like all three of those guys put together into one, and we're not using him, bruh. Y'all crazy, bruh. We don't want to use him. Crazy work. I'm gonna be on for about 15 more minutes, guys. But yeah, man, this is what I try to tell people, bro. I don't want to hear the excuses. I really don't. Like, I really don't. Like, when we're looking at players and their capabilities and stuff like that, the Ravens have suppressed that, man. Exactly. Zay's just quicker than him, but the more talented player is Bateman. I told y'all this. Bateman's a faster Stephon Diggs if he could be more consistent. And we saw what Stephon Diggs was. You understand what I'm saying? We saw what he could be. We saw how dynamic he was. We saw what type of stuff that he was doing for Josh Allen. But once again, he was very consistent. That's where Stephon Diggs shined. He was extremely consistent. He did what he had to do. He showed up in the big moments. He didn't get hurt a lot. Like, that's consistency. That's consistency. Bateman's been hurt a lot, guys. Like, people don't realize that. People don't realize he's been hurt a lot. So when people say, oh, and stuff like that, well, yeah, the man's been injured a lot. He's never had every time it looked like Bateman was going to turn into something, injuries like took him out of the game. And then once injury took him out the game, he lost a lot of. You could see in Bateman's game, he lost confidence. He lost confidence. And you know, football is a lot about your mindset. Sports in general is a lot about your mindset. You see what happened when the Ravens changed their staff? Yeah, that's another thing too. You had, bro, the Ravens were self-destructing. They had staff hurting the players. Like, bro, imagine being on a team and we're literally agreeing that we're watching players get injured because of staff. Like, yo, only the Ravens. Only the Ravens. Yeah, but how long are we gonna keep saying this? We're hoping that until it hits home for them, we can win. Anyone remember that touchdown Kevin Bateman had versus the Chargers where the DB was holding all on him? Nate still caught the touchdown in the end zone. Never seen Zay make a catch close to that difficulty. Once again, that's true. But the argument could be, well, nobody could keep up with him, so he never had to. Right? That's the argument to that. Like, oh, well, he's never made a catch like that difficulty. But yeah, but no one has been that close to him to for him to make that. To have to make that type of catch. To be real. Exactly. JK, how much time that man got hurt? And JK was showing out when that stuff was going down. Remember, even in the playoff game, they were suppressing JK during the playoff game. When we were playing that playoff game and we're doing all that stuff and everything else, and we're trying to win that game versus the Bengals, right? What happened? Every time JK touched the ball, he was running through and did everything he had to do, right? And then what? And then whether they take him and put him on the bench, for what reason? Why? Huh? I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this is it's what the Ravens do, man. It's annoying, but it's what they do. I don't know, man. I've been watching Zay since high school. He's always been better than Bateman. I don't, like I said before, every player has his strengths. I think Bateman is the more talented receiver. Once again, straight line speed is faster than Zay straight line. Zay's just quicker, more shiftier. But if just even for down like speed, if they were to race, Bateman's beating him every time. Bateman is faster than Zay. And once again, like I said before, we have good receivers, but we don't have an eraser at the receiving position. I truly believe if they allow Likely to show out, he'll be that for us. He'll be that for us. But look, guys, we've been live for well over an hour. Y'all know how these Fridays go. I love you guys. Thanks for showing up. Man, there's a lot of people in here. Yo, thanks for the one donation today. Thank you so much, man. Much love, respect to you. And thanks for everybody else for showing up. Hope you had a great time this morning with me. You know what I'm saying? We dropped this off at the church. People was there. It was at least like 6 cars when I was leaving. So, yeah, everyone got some help. Happy with it. Hope everyone has a wonderful morning. Be safe. God bless. And I'm out here, man. Hey, if y'all want to talk more, like I said, you can do the chats inside of on the message board for my YouTube channel. But I'm out here. All right, guys? God bless, man. Peace.